atano buli muntu gwaganza zino zibeera emitwalo nga 18 ejja wano naye ng'ate abadde baganza bano abadde babagula omuyindi abadde abacharginga wakati wa $1,000,000 paka $1,000,000 n'ekitundu okubeera n'omukyalo oyo. So business ebadde boominga nnyo, abantu b'e Namuwongo badde bakugamba nti ekifo ekyo kibadde kijjula to full capacity, abantu abamu ne batasobola na kufuna bye bayingirira mu mbeera eyo. So ekifo kiri awo e Namuwongo Bollywood bar ndooza naye yaggaddwa wetwogerera, nsikakasa bulungi naye nsuubira poliisi yamaze dda okuba ng'egiggalawo mpola mpola ng'okunoonyereza kuno kukyagenda mu maaso mu sayidi z'eyi Namuwongo. So mmwe abadde tebakimanyi bye bibadde bigenda mu maaso. In fact n'okuyingira ebbaala eno bakugamba nti obadde olina okusasula emitwalo 30 ate nga oba wakuyingira munda ebyokunywa BM yokka ebadde ekyagingibwa omutwalo gumu n'ekitundu. Kikulaga business webadde booming naddala bano abakyala obukyanga babadde babaleese wano. Bakugamba nti abavubuka naddala mu bifo ebyo ebya Namuwongo n'okwetoololawo awo badde banyumirwa nnyo ensonga eno eya ekimansula naddala eky'abazungu. Kirabika oba badde abaana banyumirwa nnyo okulaba abazungu I don't know, naye nga ekyo kye kibadde kigenda mu maaso wali e Namuwongo ku Bollywood bar. Bamaze dda okuba nga bagisalako mu lulimi lwaffe luno olutera okwogera. Akamalirize ne story ya national IDs endagamuntu zammwe Bannayuganda kyatikekasiddwa Ministry of Internal Affairs nti endagamuntu ezo zibadde si mmwe mwekka abaziina, naye waliyo n'abantu abatali Bannayuganda abadde bagenda ne baza applyingira bulungi ne bazifuna. Ate kino nno bantu bangi bakyogeddeko nti documents za Uganda nyangu nnyo za kufuna, ebintu nga passport, ebintu nga national ID, driving permits, ebintu ebyo tulina engeri nnyo. Abantu abava mu mawanga ag'enjawulo badde bajja wano ne bafuna national IDs ne ba-applyingira ne passport zaffe, abamu badde successful ne bazifuna. Era ng'osanga omuntu naddala aba Nigeria we batyo ng'alina passport y'ewaabwe naye ng'alina ne passport ye Uganda. So asobola okusalawo atambulenga Munnayuganda oba atambulenga Omunigeria. So bakakasizza nti abantu abakunukiriza mu mutwalo mulamba be balina passport be balina national ID za Uganda mu mbeera emenya amateeka. Bano nno abantu abava mu mawanga ag'enjawulo omuli amawanga nga Nigeria, amawanga nga Rwanda, amawanga agatwetoolodde kibadde kyangu nnyo okuba ng'ofuna national ID. Bano nno baba bategedde nga bagezaako okwapplyingira passport. Oluvannyuma Omunigeria omu yagezezaako okwapplyinga nga yeeyita Omusoga. We yatuuse ku interview mu abatera okufuna passport eyo, mumanyi interview eyo gye bakozesa. We yatuuse ku interview eyo yasobodde okuba nga tasobola kwogera Lusoga yadde n'omulundi n'ogumu. Poliisi kwe kumukwata ng'egamba ono kirabika abadde si muntu mulungamu nnyo. Era bazze okuba nga banoonyereza ne bategeera nti abantu abakunukiriza mu mutwalo omulamba balina national ID za Uganda naye nga ID zino tezikola. Era kye basazeewo nga Ministry of Internal Affairs nga bayita mu mwogezi waabwe Monday, basazeewo nti bagenda kuba nga barevokinga national ID zino oba bagenda kuba nga bazisazaamu mu system basobole okuba nga beeyamba mu mbeera eyo. Ndowooza bannaye tumalirize ne America yasindiseeyo omukulembeze waayo mu Nigeria eyo. Nigeria jjukira waliyo okuwamba gavumenti okwagenda mu maaso omwezi oguwedde ogwo, era ndowooza kati ziri wiiki nga 2-3 bukyanga bakwata obuyinza mu ggwanga eryo. In fact ziri ennaku nga 10 bakwata obuyinza ennaku z'omwezi zaali 26 omwezi ogwo ogwakasambula oguwedde omwaka 2023. So wetwogereranga bo abamaze dda okuba nga America yasindise dda leader oba omukulembeze waabwe mu Nigeria basobole okuba nga bateesa. Ye America ekkiriza nti tekyetaaga kubanga beeyiwa omusaayi okuba nga bakyusa gavumenti obanga obuyinza budda mu bantu. Ajjukira bannamagye bawamba President Bazoum era bamuwamba nga bagamba nti engeri gy'atambuzaamu gavumenti si nnungamu nnyo era oba si nnungi nnyo tebagikkiririzaamu, so ne bamuwamba mu mbeera eyo. Baamala okumuwamba ebirala byafuuka history. Mulaba abasajja abaliko President Chiani yakwata obuyinza ono nga yakulembera PGB eri oba gye waliise SFC eri e Niger. America yasindiseeyo omuntu eyagala ba dialoginge basobole okuba nga bafuna dialogue, so okuteeseganya basobole okuba nga baggusa ensonga eno. Naye ate ECOWAS yo oba ekibiina ekitaba amawanga ga West Africa kye bayita Economic Organization for West African States ECOWAS yegamba tegenda kubanga iteesa ne bana basajja era bo badde basazeewo bakozese militaristic means. Bawa gavumenti ya Nigeria eno week number okubanga beesootinze naye gavumenti ya Niger paka kati ebadde kirabika tennaba kubanga esalawo kubanga eddisa obuyinza President Bazoum n'abantu mu mbeera eyo yonna. Bannaye munzikirize tuwumulemu kubanga nana Mwafrika n'omwami Athake balina okubanga batuuse essaawa zino zennyini. Tugenda tukomawo after a short commercial break tugenda tandika ku nsonga eya political parties. Really, are they even as relevant as we think? Oba katugumulemu katono we tukomawo tugenda kubanga tutandikira awo nnyini. Zedga Matthew Karuhanga.
The alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Looking for a pair of shoes? Les Hub Stores has a wide range of selection for unisex footwear. We have the best quality of all brands at pocket-friendly prices and with neck deliveries countrywide. Just place your order or reach us on 0772 08 0090. You can also check up at Les Hub Stores on all our social media platforms. Les Hub, craft your own footprints. Are you craving for that special meal that will entice your taste buds and leave you with lasting thrilling memories? Look no further. Spice Island Bulenga has got your answer. Natural, fresh and delicious juice, the best meals. Don't miss our daily specials from Monday to Sunday. Pizza Wednesday, Saturday Pizza Bonanza, you buy one and take two. Come dine with us and feel the experience. We are located at Prime Shopping Center in Bulenga, Mitiana Road. For inquiries, call us on 0704111720. Spice Island, we treat your cravings. Hi Rogers, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
What does corruption mean?
Well, summarily, corruption is abuse of public power for personal gain or for the benefit of a group to which one owes allegiance. For example, when a public office is abused by an official accepting or soliciting a bribe. By the way, private people can be corrupt too, like bribing police officers to escape fines.
Okay. So exactly how does that concern me?
Well, do you pay taxes?
I guess yeah. What does that have to do with this?
Everything. Because those taxes you pay are supposed to facilitate services you use, like water, electricity, roads construction, medicines in hospitals, name it.
Okay, that is much bigger than I thought. But it can be stopped, right?
Well, yes it can, although it may not be as easy as it sounds. And here is the reason why. Corruption roots are grounded in our country's social, political, economic, bureaucratic traditions and policies.
So, what has kept it going this long? I mean, why don't we stop it?
Well, the main reason why it has been here for so long is because institutions are weak, either as a result of poorly defined ethical standards of public service, weak administrative and financial systems, or ineffective watchdog agencies.
What can we do to stop it?
At a national level, we must focus on strengthening the independence and effectiveness of public institutions that fight corruption. At a personal level, we must commit to never giving a bribe.
I promise I'll never give a bribe.
Well, that's a great decision you have made. Me and you now have to spread this message to all our friends. If we all do our part, corruption will be no more.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digitalk.
Looking for a pair of shoes? Les Hub Stores has a wide range of selection for unisex footwear. We have the best quality of all brands at pocket-friendly prices and with neck deliveries countrywide. Just place your order or reach us on 0772 08 0090. You can also check up at Les Hub Stores on all our social media platforms. Les Hub, craft your own footprints.
Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Yes, 32 minutes past the top of the hour. This is the Mighty Drive Show. My name is Edgar Matthew Karahanga. Welcome back from that short commercial break. Tumazodde okubanga tugatibwako omukyala nana Mwafrika nga nabagambye agenda kuba nyumyamu naffe emboozi ono mulwanizi wa ddembe oba gwosobola oyita civil rights activist osobola n'okuyita human rights activist. Mukyala ayogera ku nsonga eziba ziruma bannayuganda. She's on record okubanga avuddeyo ku nsonga ez'enjawulo n'azoogerako era mukyala teyeeri antama olunaku olwaliro akomyewo wano si gwe mulundi ogusoose okubanga ajja wano mirundi mingi ng'ajja wano netunyumyamu naye netufuna ne ku perspective ye ku ngeri ki eggwanga lino lisobola okubanga likyuka ne ligenda mu maaso. Osobola okutusindikira mu message ku comment section zaffe tuli at The Alternative Uganda, Facebook at Digitalk TV ku Facebook, ku Twitter at The Alternative Uganda, still at Digitalk TV ne ku YouTube ne ku mikutu emirala. Send us a direct message oba osobola commentinga nja kuba nsoma message zammwe ng'omukyala nana Mwafrika kyayogera obanga tugenda mu maaso ne program eno. Musikirize mwanirize Athaketa Nabakubanga atuuka bw'anaatuuka tujja kubanga tutandikawo naye. Mukyala nana tukwaniriza nnyo.
Nange nsanyusa okubasanga nate.
Oli bulungi?
Ndi bulungi nnyo ssebo.
Kirungi okubeera naye. Tubadde tuludde okubanga tukufunamuko wano. It's been a while.
Oluusi mugenda ne mubanga munnyaniriza nsiima nnyo naye emirimu gye tukola oluusi tegituganya kubeera mu kifo kimu. I apologize ebiseera byemuntuukiridde ne mba nga sisobodde kujja. Yes, naye lwensobodde okujja nga leero. Mukisa munene nnyo okujja okwogerako eri abantu okuwayaamu nammwe ku bigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga lyaffe, human rights n'ebirala, people's civil liberties. Nsanyuka nnyo buli kiseera lwe muba mumpiseeko.
Naffe era kyekisinga okubanga kitusanyusa. Nana njagala tugenda kuba nga twogera ku the role of young people in promoting governance, especially in political parties. Naye nga tetunnatuuka eyo njagala osooka ombulire just your take. Eggwanga lifaanana litya mu ndabayo through your lens bw'oba waakuliraba kati tulagawa in 2023 tuli mu kulaba political parties awukana, corruption eri waggulu. Insecurity ekyeyongerera ddala it's the constant factor. There is a rise of domestic violence. Balwana abakyala n'abaami baabwe abaana babatta. There are things of sacrificing people. Gwe ggwanga oliraba otya lwerinana?
Uganda mu challenges zonna ze tulimu, with all the challenges we have, is a beautiful country. Ekyo we cannot tetuyinza kidespising. But whatever is going on, indeed, I can sum it up as it's total hopelessness. It's chaos. It's mentioning just a tiny bit of what's going on. Abana medical students bamala okusoma earlier this year. Bakajja ba deploying last week. Abana baade banuma. Munalaba basawo babakubye emboko. O mentioning ebintu kiwamba bantu, there are accidents. There is, politics using Ugandans, people using Ugandans via politics. Ebyo byonna bizibu by'amaanyi, malwaliro zero. Abantu babadde bataddemu essuubi nti bakulembeze mpozi mu ngeri ya okuba nti beekwatidde mu organizations nga political parties. Byonna bigenda mu maaso bye tulaba. I would sum it up as total hopelessness. But hopelessness it has advantages. The sooner Ugandans realize we have a crisis, there is a leadership crisis in the country, there is fear among the youth, the average youth today. Umubuuza, n'owayaamu ne youth. Madam, sobola ntya okuva mu ggwanga? Wakiri ngendeko e Kenya awo. Abaana baagala kudduka mu ggwanga lyabwe. kyenyamiza
President continuous siwa
omwana emyaka gyo kwambukako katono n'okukka wansi bonna essuubi mu nsi yaabwe libaweddemu. I don't know what's going to be done abaana okuddamu okubaagazisa Uganda okubawa essuubi nti it is possible to clean up this country, it is possible to make Uganda a desirable place to stay for them. Daba abaana bagenda zi Saudi Arabia omwana buli lunaku weta ku bisaawa awo kisaawe nga kirimu evvumbe ly'abavubuka.
Waloyise ko airport eno tasanga ko line y'abawala ababamba
okiyingiramu bwot n'ogamba bano bakolera jimu kiki bavubuka bali abatuyanira awo they are anxious gye balaga batyayo gye badduka kibasobedde ekane mu kibira teri ayamba bali omwo batuyana babasibye obukaaya n'atawulirangako buyisiraamu yeesibye asibye agenda tamanya akomawo oba anamalako kakati eggwanga wetandika to sheep off the youth the backbone emiti egy'ekibira bwe giba nti buli oguvaamu bweguti oba ayinawo mbizi oba maama ayina nte oba yeyokka ente eri ku lujja eyo ng'etundibwa si buwalabu bwokka bagenda ne mu nsi endala mu Europe omwo basanga abaana beekwese baliyo iligale banoonya kasongasonga konna akayinza omubeezaayo naye adduka ensi. So really the hopelessness is undeniably at peak and the ways forward nga bakulembeze bannange bajja babyogera tukulembera within our communities siri mukulembeze nti nina position and to lead you do not need a title. You can be a mother, you can be a brother and lead from within your home and your space. Nga bakulembeze bazze babyogera abafaayo ku Uganda there is need to rethink to really deliberately think the way forward.
Kakubuze nana, is this just only Uganda wetuli mukulaba kubanga njagala at least tugambe maybe one African countries endala ezigenda through the same things maybe tusobola okugumira kwabo. How did we get to a point like this one really? Okubanga obwavu buli wansi nnyo abantu bakaaba obwavu okubanga n'abakulembeze betulonda bwe waligambe nti kale omukulembeze kaagende ansakire namwe bagenda badda mu byabwe. How did we get to such a point of destitute of being like this? Disparate like this?
Where there is bad governance, where all the what shall I call it? Is it rules, guidelines to be followed by a nation to be a nation, where all of it gets ignored? Where all of it gets ignored, all the guidelines to abide by, the constitution severally being changed to the favor of those that want power forever. It's little wonder we are where we are. Kubanga buli ennaku zino Uganda akola ekituufu ayogera ekituufu akola ekyo kyandibadde ekigasa bonna obeera mulaba eri abantu bangi nnyo genda ku social media okwo gwagezaako okugjayo nti naye bannange abaffe kino ofuukira ddala omulabe abantu bakutya batya n'okulinaana political parties z'ogambye beewalira ddala abantu ekika kyange political parties activists some of us some activists are actually radical not in a bad way but we push to extremes about matters ensonga eziruma abantu gwe political party wekwekengera nti bw'ojja okuba oba olina by'obafiiriza oba olina ennaku zino bakozesa ki kulabisa. Because if it's wrong and you say it. Whether it benefits the given party, whether it benefits the so-called politicians or not, gwokyogera. So kakati wagenze ne wabaawo crisis eyo nti ayogera ekituufu ekyobutuufu kati kyekibanga ekyobulabe. Because society yo egendedde ddala to the dogs. Ebyobukumpanya ebyobulimba bye byapiringa eri abantu. Gwe tandika Facebook page nga byodiringa mu byebyo kulimba bantu kubakumpanya welcoming abeyambula okoleki otandikewo n'endala wali ogambe nti tujja kwogera ku butya bwe tunaddamu ne tuzimba abavubuka tojja balabayo okugenda bazimba. So nti ekifo kye tulimu bwe tutasimuka kati, it's a place of hopelessness. But hopelessness, once you wake up and the situation is completely hopeless, the wise sometimes snap out of a situation because of hopelessness. Bwe tuzuukuka ne tumanya nti this is a crisis, n'okeera nga ebisenge byonna bikukwatidde awo, you can snap out of that mess, by the way.
Because I feel all the signs that show this is a crisis are there. They have been
happened.
there.
And
it seems that the population is really comfortable. But just we are the people who are too patient of them all.
In life to go on, in life in both, let's say, business, relationship, personal relationships, even governments, any systems, there are things that there comes a time when certain things have to be, when you have to let go of certain things. Accept that a certain way is not working to be able to make a step towards something else that might work.
Okay.
Wetuli ekifo kye tulimu mu Uganda nga mmaze okugamba tunuulire enguudo otunuulire transport, that national transport system y'abantu okutambula from a place to another in these cities, namely or beyond the city, is border. That is seemingly the way for Ugandans to leave one place to another, to leave home and go to work. For the doctor to reach Mulago from Kono, for the teacher to come from Unsanji to Ntinda, the available, most,
convenient
means of transport is motorbike.
Exactly. In 2023 today.
In 2023. Abalala boogera what fuel motoka z'amasanyalaze Omukulembeze yazoogerako. How do you even dare to say that? Nti transport abantu gwe bakozesa majorly. Children, school going children bagenda ku ssomero ku boda. Omupoliisi ali ku piki, omusomesa ali ku boda, doctor ali ku boda, criss-cross obukubo obufaanana ng'ettabu. It's chaos.
I tell you a good thing,
it's Katogo, it's an understatement. Katogo kaba kawoman, but this is Katogo of Musenyi, amayinja, supu, obuji. It's horrible.
Otambudde kolabye ku nguudo, comparing enguudo zaffe.
It's
nzikiriza nsooka ndetewo Athake. Athake amaze okuba nga atwegattako, kyasanyusibwa okubeera naawe. You're welcome.
A very good morning, our dear viewers. And of course listeners. I've been late because of our transport setup, how it is, I've just been late because of traffic jam. I should have been here at exactly because of the so of course, first and foremost, I'm Athake, a human rights activist, media activist, political activist, and a fighter for liberation. My pleasure to be here for the second time. And of course, I will take this opportunity to thank the Alternative Uganda for whatever you are doing, surely. What you are doing is quite unequivocal and revered. It is unmatchable. So you are doing something great and we thank you.
Naffe tukweyanziza. Ojja kuteekamu ku lulimi Oluganda mpola for the benefit of our audience. Naye wonsangidde nga mbuuza Nana her outlook on what Uganda is looking like in 2023 today. We have a country that is mad with a lot of crime, with a lot of corruption, with a lot of political differences. Where Uganda how are you feeling Uganda today?
One, Uganda is in a sorry state. We are in a sorry state. Everything is in shambles. Every institution is dead. That's what I can tell you. Every sector, of course, I found my comrade talking about the transport sector and whatsoever. Now, every sector is dead. That's the reality of the matter. So we need an economic reset. And we cannot have that unless we change the current leadership. I mean, unless we dislodge this dictatorial regime that is ruling us. So things are not good. bintu bibi nnyo. Abantu bakaba been there under this people are languishing in poverty, abantu bafa, abantu bakaba amaziga, embeera mbi.
And it doesn't matter whether you have a job, whether you work or not. I know people that work within the system, civil servants and stuff that 3 months, taina payment.
So that's the reality of the matter. And embeera wano, actually, we should not even waste our time telling people about the situation because they know the situation.
Now the thing, what makes my understanding, Arthur, is that they know the situation, as you said. And nanga akonvasanga n'abantu wansi. Ebizibu bye tuyitamu babimanyi. Ne lwaki tulese eggwanga lyaffe liyiike tulirekedde bannanne abatono nogaa maybe babesije. Why is it that you, like Ugandans, see what is wrong with their country, but all of them are letting it be? They are comfortable with the status quo.
I think this is one of the NRM's strategy. Because when you make people poor, you cripple them. People have been crippled. You not tell someone to go and, and even raise the voice, just raising the voice. Because of the fear of either being incarcerated and whatsoever. That person, you cannot tell a person to go on the street and protest. Because people, it's their tactic. You cripple them, let them be poor, because poor people are hard, to mobilize and do something.
Exactly.
Yes, bav. Banonya mere ya kulya mere ya lero. Abasinga most of us.
Atubiraka kuba mu protest in Uganda, peaceful as it may come, it ends in arrest, it ends in beatings. Ojja kwesanga either ng'oli mu ddwaliro oba mu kkomero oluddeyo eyaleera ani agenda oginoonyeza abaana bo. So
that is what I'm talking about. Nti strategy ya Mwami Museveni nti alina okukrippling eggwanga.
Tukitadde nnyo ku President Museveni, but
and who is to blame? Because
the thing is, there is also an increasing laziness nga tuvudde ku kino.
Of course,
unemployment,
something to happen,
exaggerated sense of importance.
Yes, what I'm talking about,
especially the young people.
Something to happen, it is always a combination of factors. It can't be one factor.
Yes,
of course, even when you talk about it, that is right. That our people, like, it's as if they are not eager, it's as if they are lazy, it's as if they are waiting for the nanas to do something.
Exactly.
And a country cannot be really restored by, a minor group of people. Abantu bolo tebasobola kununula ggwanga. Twetaaga what we call combined effort. Naye abantu baffe nabo, I don't know, oba generation yaffe gye tulimu, oba naffe tulina obuzibu, oba emmere gye tulya y'enkyamu. Sitegeero oba tulina okukyusa ku mmere gye tulya oba tulye ku birala bye balyako Abasudaani bye balya n'abalala bye balidde. So I don't know. So naffe ng'abantu ebyaddala kiri nti I think I even wrote about that one time, that we no longer blame the Musevenis for overstaying in power. We now blame the people.
Yes.
Kubanga naffe kitukakatako okuvaayo twekolemu omulimu.
Okay. Nana, njagala kujjawo tutandike story ya political parties. Naye nsagala tutandikira ku bavubuka. Really the role of political parties. I want us to first look at the political parties themselves. In 2023, by now we have, I think the only active opposition political party that you can say has not been compromised yet is the National Unity Platform. At least you can say yet. DP teriiwo, FDC yiyo girabe bigenda mu maaso. Political parties endala zosikana na kuziyingiramu. Gwolowooza, are these political parties relevant in 2023? Do we need these political parties really?
Having heard from some of the, wise leaders in this struggle for liberation, having heard everything that's been said, of course, by like Dr. Besigye, revelations by other leaders, that the way to liberate Uganda cannot come from solely the actions of political parties. Having heard all of that, having understood, read how the current regime uses its own organized elections. It's like Electoral Commission is owned by Mr. Museveni. You can't even say government. Where is the government? This is a Mr. Museveni thing. This is Mr. Museveni, the wife, the son, and a few relatives, cousins and friends. having seen that Electoral Commission, no reforms, for all the years, every after election, there is a case court case, I mean. We have seen that the political party you mentioned, Ejjoogo nti maybe etannaba compromising but twamala akalulu batwala omusango mu kkooti ne wayita nnaku bunaku ne bagujjayo ng'ensonga gye bawa nti tebalaba isensi yakyo tebagiraba, right? Kakati ng'ebyo byonna tumaze obisoma nti okukyusa obukulembeze bwa Uganda tekuyinza kuyita mu kubeera mu kibiina ndi wa DP well teriiwo, UPC teriiwo, ndi wa FDC, ndi wa NUP, nti ekyo tekitumala kukyusa ki leadership ya Uganda. What are we doing about it? Abantu bakulaga nti beeyongera kulwana about political party eyimiriddewo etya. While political parties are important and have been important in the history of the world, in the case of Uganda, embeera gye tulimu nga Uganda, political parties are actually there to legitimize all the mishandlings and misdoings of President Museveni and his family. Exactly. Muina lead of opposition, muina ba MP opposition mu parliament. But that shows owebweru. Gwe kati wali olabye nga abavujirizi ba ssente Uganda balekeddeawo. Walabye nga Europe oba America erangirira abantu baffe mbajje Uganda wabinnyo. But in the real sense, people that have their people here should be worried. The level of poverty. Babbi balinda abantu ku gate n'abakuba ebiyinja. Beggars in the street. You know? Huh? N'olwokuba nti tuyina political party weziri balida mwebali basibetayi ne bagenda ne bakiikirira mu nsi bagenze Sri Lanka bali Kenya lead of so and so. Tuyina mayor, tuyina local council leaders. This has a way of making things look normal. The abnormal look normal. Nti essira tulitadde ku political party at such a time in Uganda. Nti emyaka gisoba mu 2 abantu bayingira akalulu visibly ne bakakubira muntu mulala. Naye omuntu mulala n'alayiro oba ne yeerayiza. Ne yeeyongera mu maaso nga fakinga nti leadinga ggwanga. This is not leadership. This is a concrete dictatorship. Open. Open. Baba lumbako wano, you as a media house. Nabazinga ko mwenna n'obunanka bwa mu radio biki ne bakuba mu van ne mubula. Ne tunoonya. In a country where things are done democratically, we speak about the things we are speaking about with the hope that people receive them positively, that people receive our message positively. Ne kati fe tulinga abaguba nze ne atake okujja ne njogera ebintu ebyo, even the mere fact that I can utter the name Museveni, you say bad leadership, and it's not that you hate these people as people. You don't. But you look at ebintu ebikwatako every day, the day to day. Kugambya transport. Even when you have a vehicle, it's hard to drive and not cause an accident. There's borders crisscrossing everywhere. There's school children on borders. Uganda in 2023, there isn't a single school bus. There is no government-aided school that has a transport system just for children. But drive past Naguru Police Headquarters and see every manner of vehicle. I don't know how much these vehicles cost. I don't know if they are just donated to us. Naye nti obusomero obutwala abaana bukitta nte manya bukyamala bagatunda amasomero mwe twayita simaga Shimoni amataka bagatunda. They're surviving. Nti Uganda teyina EDCs, early development centers. Nina akaana kawezezza emyaka 4. Nga toyina sente Uganda n'omwana w'emyaka 4 tosobola mutwala ku ssomero. Akasomero akatandikirwako ku kyalo ka nursery school kali mu kakadde kalamba. Obusomero obuliwo obulinga obuli bulina omukono gwa government oba zi church oba other organizations bwonna nabwo it's sorry. It's a sorry state.
Education, government schools is singing. In fact, it's the church-aided schools. There's government schools.
There's nothing. All the schools by missionaries, institutions, ezatandikawo ezaali ez'amaanyi banyaffe mabayita amasomero agaali ag'amaanyi genda otuuliriza Kyambogo ogende Makerere College siwe gyavulula buvulizi bwaki
ate ze mulaba government schools ziri wano wogenda in other regions of this country.
So if we cannot have early development centers, early learning centers for children, teziriwo they are non-existent. So the few people that do it privately can take away akasomero community abaana basomeremu. Abazadde they cannot afford to take these children there safely.
True.
Tewali transport. Nti Uganda by 2023 muyina ba MP bitano n'omusobyo ne MP ekyalo kwasula. Tekuli kasomero ka public nti kayina transport ali safe transport w'abaana. Nti environment yo yennyini eri safe obwana tebabuwambe nti tebabutomerere ku pichi. Actually, Uganda, it's painful. You look at things and you want to cry. And then when Ugandans become, I think, despondent, there is a situation where you lose completely, hope is lost, courage is also lost. If it's like this, why? Are we sleepy? Are we sick? It's despondency. Abantu bagweddemu essuubi.
They are hopeless, yeah.
Abantu baweddemu essuubi. Lwoba nga tolina ssuubi ne courage togiyina. N'amaanyi agasituka mu buli nsonga yonna. Waliwo mwami Gashumba alina program gye yagenzeeko eggulo. Boogera abaami, mwami alina kukola ki, mwami talina kukola kino. Etukala naye n'abaami, ekyabafuula nga abaami. Kwe kubeera with the ability to be responsible for homesteads. Somesa abaana. Leadership. Amaka galina a farm where children can eat and fend. Naye the average Ugandan mu kibuga mu n'ab'omu byalo obumere bugule mu tutale. Before every family had a etterekero ly'emmere overflowing. What happened? Bad leadership. Agriculture n'ogikwata n'ogikulembeza omuntu. People who have absolutely
no knowledge
about a given situation.
And yet 67% of Ugandans are in that trade of agriculture. Nana, katusoke tumulemu katono. Kudachika zino, in fact, dachikemu ebulayo kwe sawa satu. In fact, tuogerera Justice Ly'Abakulembeze kulembera akakiiko k'ebyokulonda mu ggwanga yamaze dda okubanga ateekawo kye bayita roadmap to 2026 wetwogerera kati nga political parties zitandise okwetegekera akalulu ka 2026 kino kitegeeza ki eri eggwanga ngenda kukomawo ne Athake tutandikire ku nsonga eyo yennyini.
The alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Go to the church, though.
Tawali man, what's up?
Man, can you imagine people just dump everywhere? Someone drinks water and throws the bottle wherever.
Come on, Rogers. What else do you expect people to do with an empty bottle?
Simanya now, recorder. Did you know that plastics take at least 450 years to decompose?
What? That's a long time.
Exactly. Because plastics are made out of a lightweight and flexible material that doesn't decompose easily. And plastics everywhere in the environment cause plastic pollution.
What is plastic pollution now?
It is the accumulation of plastic waste in the environment, like bottles, polythene bags, straws. All of these contribute to plastic pollution.
I have been using them without knowing their effect.
Yeah, a lot of people have. Plastics are a danger to the ecosystem, both on land and in water.
So how can we overcome this problem? Is there something we can do?
Oh yes, we can reduce by minimizing the use of plastics, reuse by repurposing them, or recycle by collecting and processing them into new products.
Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to change themselves for the world.
How about we change our habits for the world?
And it starts with me and you.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digitalk.
Are you craving for that special meal that will entice your taste buds and leave you with lasting thrilling memories? Look no further. Spice Island Bulenga has got your answer. Natural, fresh and delicious juice, the best meals. Don't miss our daily specials from Monday to Sunday. Pizza Wednesday, Saturday Pizza Bonanza, you buy one and take two. Come dine with us and feel the experience. We are located at Prime Shopping Center in Bulenga, Mitiana Road. For inquiries, call us on 0704111720. Spice Island, we treat your cravings. Hi Rogers, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
What does corruption mean?
Well, summarily, corruption is abuse of public power for personal gain or for the benefit of a group to which one owes allegiance. For example, when a public office is abused by an official accepting or soliciting a bribe. By the way, private people can be corrupt too, like bribing police officers to escape fines.
Okay. So exactly how does that concern me?
Well, do you pay taxes?
I guess, yeah. What does that have to do with this?
Everything. Because those taxes you pay are supposed to facilitate services you use, like water, electricity, roads construction, medicines in hospitals, name it.
Okay, that is much bigger than I thought. But it can be stopped, right?
Well, yes it can, although it may not be as easy as it sounds. And here is the reason why. Corruption roots are grounded in our country's social, political, economic, bureaucratic traditions and policies.
So, what has kept it going this long? I mean, why don't we stop it?
Well, the main reason why it has been here for so long is because institutions are weak, either as a result of poorly defined ethical standards of public service, weak administrative and financial systems, or ineffective watchdog agencies.
What can we do to stop it?
At a national level, we must focus on strengthening the independence and effectiveness of public institutions that fight corruption. At a personal level, we must commit to never giving a bribe.
I promise I'll never give a bribe.
Well, that's a great decision you have made. Me and you now have to spread this message to all our friends. If we all do our part, corruption will be no more.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digitalk.
The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Dakika nnya ezakayita ku ssaawa esatu ez'okumakya nnyo atuyingidde essaawa yaffe ey'okubirira yesemberayo ddala eya program The Mighty Drive Show nkyalina omukyala Nana Mwafrika n'omwami Arthur K. Tukyayogera ku nsonga z'ebibiina by'ebyobufuzi bwe tugendedde mu kuwummulamu nga Arthur tugenda kujja ku nsonga endala eya right now as we're speaking we are roadmap ya kalulu ka 2026 amaze dda okufuluma Justice Byabakama ne banne balaze dda beetaaga trillion emu mu obuwumbi 3 trillion bamaze dda okuba nga bazisaba roadmap yo weeri tugenda kunominatinga mu 2025 around October ba president ba members of parliament around September kwegamba kiri mu giraasi ti 2026 tugenda mu kalulu. What does this mean really for Uganda?
Well, fa abamu twatandika dda okulabula eggwanga n'okubategeeza immediately after elections 2021 that we should plan for something minus elections, that we should not see the coming 2026 nitutandika messages zaffe zitambuza nti twekolemu omulimu ng'eggwanga tulabike nti amaaso gaffe tetugateeka ku 2026 wabula twekolemu omulimu tulabike nti ensi yaffe tuginunula. We have been telling people this is not the first time nti akalulu akamwami Museveni tekasobola actually like nti these are our parties tebasobola kuwangula mwami Museveni mu kalulu And our history as it is, there is no political party that has ever really succeeded in elections. You know, after independence, so nanga bwetoze tutambula. Tewali kibiina kyenda bantu kyali kigenze mu kalulu, ne kikola ki? Ne kiwangula. Ne mwamu 7 mu kinana awo. Era baakola ki nagenda mu siko nakola ki? Nakwata obuyinza. Now the thing is, NRM yobye yagala because ebadde erina mission zaayo. Era wetuuse lingezi tukiriza. Kesoke sanya opposition era ndoze bigenda maaso.
Bene yabasuubiza okubajja.
And I has already promised. Lwakuba yaluwawo muko kati alinga amaliriza ekintu kye. Kati agenza okulaba nga kyabadda ayagala ng'alinga akoza atya akitukiriza n'agamba kati kambatereko ki roadmap. But you people, let's understand reality. Ffe bannayuganda naffe tubeere ne sense of understanding. That is why I'm always blaming our leaders. They are educated, but I think for them nzintira bagamba nti they are, you know, they are dense. Okutegeera kwabwe kutono. Much as they are educated. Because they should be the people directing us on what we should do. They have learned and forgot completely nothing.
Dense okano kagenderere.
Because for me, you know, when you fail to do the right things, then you are dense. Bobanga tosobola, you are educated, you are enlightened, but you can't understand that elections cannot dislodge the aristocrats who are in power. It? Tubadde mu kalulu biri mukaaga tubadde mu kalulu biri 11 tubadde mu kalulu biri 16 tubadde mu kalulu biri 21. There has been no results, so you expect results in 2026. Really bwe nkugamba ntu totegeera bulungi basi kuvumye. That's the reality of the matter. Why are these leaders not talking about either organizing for a revolt or organizing for something? For them, they are okay. They are okay. They got what they want. Those members of parliament whom you sent there to fight for you, they have now jobs. They are being paid huge sums of money. They cannot talk about a government that pays them. They can never. And now they are self-centered. They are very egocentric. They mind about themselves alone. And they are right. So it is the role of us, the populace, the unprivileged, the oppressed, to make, you know, we do some, you know, laws and we fight against this cryptocurrency. And for them, let me tell you, you know what is happening apparently, even the FDC. The FDC, which we knew that it is you know, a political camp that fighting against the dictator, a camp that used to embrace activism. We have already products of activism. The Mwijuches were products of activism. Lots of people. You know, FDC gave birth to very many activists. And activism is the only channel to power. If you kill activism in political parties, then forget about dislodging any bad leadership and whatsoever. So for them, what I'm talking about is chigenderere kubanga most of them collaborating ne junta. That's the reality of the matter. Leaders whom we think that they are our leaders in our opposition parties collaborate with the aristocrats. They work with them. Atakolegana naye mu lwatu ate yakolegana naye mu ki mukava banji. Because now the thing is, surely Mwami Museveni simanyi yakola ati ekintu kino, we seem to be vulnerable. Ekintu kino commercializing nnyo. Chuvula batwogera ku sente obumbu bugenda mu 7. Do you know what it means?
Those are $2 million.
Do you know what it means? And someone has been a member of parliament for more than 15 years and now is the party president. Alabye ku bumbu 7 nalaluka. Someone who had promised to be, you know, action packed and said that my office will be on the street. Now he has changed the words simply because of the money. Second, bagamba nti sente wekubekola atya. Egonzaawo ye Mwami Museveni yakitegeera tibana Uganda kino ekintu kati kyovula police zitaddemu sente nyingi. You cannot fight him. It is very hard. That is why our leaders bachanginga betwali tusubiramu nti bano bajja kukola kino. They have really changed. So now what I'm talking about nti are the better. We are not, you know, hopeless nti tukyasoboka because this is now 2023. If we organize, surely atenga the oppressed abana privileged fa balina okutegeera nti eggwanga lyaffe the country belongs to us. And amaaso gaffe ne tugajja kwawo betulowooza party leaders, manya secretary general, those are nothing. And for them, they're okay. What do they want? They can afford to take their children to wonderful schools.
And we are the greatest recipients of the mess.
And they are having, actually, I think most of them, they are still, the government gives them medical and whatsoever. So for them, they don't need anything.
They are good.
And our eyes are on them. That anyway, what, never. Okay. It is our role for us, it is our role to, reorganize, re-strategize, and think about the future of the country. If we don't do that, surely we are in a...
And actually, you're the young people, by the way. You're the ones who stand to lose a lot.
You see, the young people, the problem. You see, now that is what we talk about. We the young. The young, the problem is
that the ones dreaming.
How can you dream when inside the political parties where you are working from, you are being sabotaged? You get my point? Because as you talked about the youth wing, they should be autonomous and it should be independent. They should be independent political, independent groups of people, and they should be subsidiary, a supplement political parties. Major, of course, to rally support for the party. You get by potential young members. You get, but you see now in our political parties, they don't embrace activism. They don't want even to hear about it. They will sabotage your efforts. So how will young people really come out and do anything?
Okay. Nana, tuli mu roadmap katutugire February 26 tugenda mu kalulu. Mwogere byammwe naye yo electoral commission yasazeewo ddi akalulu February 26 twakalabye. That's 3 years from now, by the way.
Yes, I saw this Mwami Mr. Byabakama. Where did they sit? Africa?
I saw it somewhere.
They sat somewhere and they are sitting with foreign dignitaries. They are sitting with... and for me, that's where the pain comes from. The audience that's sitting to hear this. The European and the American who is bringing money to donate to education, to donate to agriculture, and an individual steals that money, is sitting in this same meeting. It's sitting before Byabakama to lay out the roadmap to elections. You people, this is bad.
And those people are the ones that you are talking about. You're hoping. I hear Ugandans having that sentiment of our Jack to
those are important.
It's insane. So omuntu wa wansi is being used not just by the politician here locally,
yes,
but even internationally.
Because for them they are benefiting.
People all over the globe, politicians are using African youth in many untold ways. This is one of the ways that you go and sit in a poor country where you've brought malaria money, it's been stolen, the money for HIV has been stolen. The way for agriculture has been, eaten up. But you sit and listen to them.
Yeah.
Plan to spend even the little collected taxes of Ugandans. Kakati, lwaki tetugana nga bana Uganda? Wamanyi lwaki akugambye nti activism ye route y'okukyusa embeera mu bifo ebifaanana nga Uganda. Ekyo nakyo Museveni yakitegeera. He's a well-educated man about his craft. It's not only political parties under attack or threat. Activism. Because the Njakugama have been in activism, not because it's greatly inspired by FDC. The biggest of my mentors, abantu benda byenda banti chayogera kyekituufu atalemera kwekyo. Babadde FDC. Nekati nayo bw'ogiraba ng'eri mu bintu nga bino. There is a state it throws you. It throws you in a state of despondency. N'otasigaza ssuubi. N'obeerawo naye nagambye nti n'okugwamu essuubi kisobola okuba ekintu ekikulu nnyo eri eggwanga lino. Lwe tunaakeera ng'abantu bawulira baweddemu essuubi ddala bakitegedde. Essuubi lyabagwamu ku kya Museveni ne 10-point program ya NRM. Essuubi libaweddemu mu political parties. Kaakati nti omuntu gw'oli mu kuggyamu omusolo ogutamala. As a country, you're telling us, nakuwadde example ya pre-medical interns who were just, I think, deployed last week. For nearly a full year, government came out and said there was no money to deploy medical interns. But a nation, a country that cannot collect enough money to put in sectors as important as health has the Electoral Commission looking at how many billion? But about trillion. And you know, they use the catchwords of the youth. They use the catchwords of the youth. Tusimbudde. Musimbudde nezani. Musimbulira kuzani.
They talk about those trillions.
Sente kwe basimbulira ku musolo oguweereddwa gwatudde ku picha ejjooku kuba ekigwo enkyomenyeke bakutwala emulago nga n'omusawo akutunulako taliyo. Because abasawo, they are tired, medical interns, they are not on ward, they are not deployed. Katola anti baba deploying. Dinda ko wajja kuyita omwezi nti we have not been facilitated tewaliwo bisulo ebikolwa bigenze wansi. But that is where we are, that a country that is allegedly not collecting enough taxes to have a school bus to take little kids to school safely, to, you know, facilitate some rich men. Ggwanga lyonna teririmu nti there is a wealthy person that's willing to invest in transport for Ugandans, safe transport. No, but you see police every day. How do we reduce accidents? How blah, 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 blah. Accidents happen everywhere in the world. But waliwo okweteera ddala mu katego. To wake up and put yourselves up for, it's like you wake up and you're on a mission of suicide.
Every week wano abatakawansi wakyenda bafa mu
naye nti eggwanga eritannasobola bintu ng'ebyo. National transport is border. Transport for a child to go to school is border. A child is at school hungry, the teacher is hungry, he's unpaid. That is the country where $1 trillion plus is already being asked for to start. Yagamba mwani byabakama yakozesa omanyi nabo bayinza okukozesa olulimi oluyaye tusimbudde feka tusimbudde so that kikwate the youth bino bigambo bye baagala musimbulira kuzana ze basimbula nazo sente ze basimbula nazo ziva mwani. The youth and Ugandans at the bottom of this curve, the bottom of the pyramid, have to learn that we are the ones at the receiving end of all the mess.
The youth should be learning from the elders.
MPs have medical insurance. If I wake up, they wake up and have a headache.
Kids don't.
They are flying to Aga Khan.
Those guys don't pay.
MPs, if they start.
Their children's school fees are paid for. At up to 4 children.
You're talking school fees.
For them, they are okay. That's what we have told you.
They have everything.
Why do you even talk about those?
So you have such people.
Don't mind about
you have such people. You have such people in political parties. We basinga okuteka amanyi mu political party. Now, government, if as activists, as human rights activists, the things that I'm likely to say or find wrong within a party. No, partisan politics because it's complicated. I cannot be quiet simply because it's the happenings are by FDC, a party I like or no. So no sanganti political parties, the partisan politics in Uganda has only created a way for a few to think I can get a job like this. My job is to go lie to the population, go lie to the populace, even go fetch money from the one that I am standing against. Even if I am opposition in the dark, if I can go to the incumbent and collect some money, I can just lie to the population. I can just lie to the gullible Ugandans. They vote me into parliament, and tomorrow they won't look back. Bwaba campaigning bonna bayitamu activism. Naye okuva ku MP Antwala Nakawa okudda ku leader of opposition okudda ku buli MP gwe mmanyi mu district gye mbeeramu sirina MP gwe nalinzemu okulaba mu activity yonna ku street.
After getting what they
bwe baamala okufuna akalulu ne bagamba abajja kututtisa. Immediately after Kaluba, I spoke to some leaders in both parties. I spoke to leaders in the NUP. I said, look, mwagamba butazikiza. Is this what it is? Community zitubuza. I don't have positions in political parties, but people in my community respect me. Boyitenti, no longo power. I'm not even a noob supporter. Nempita kuba boda bange. Power wa fena longo power. Balabampita FDC. It's like you represent some glimpse of hope. But wamala kalulunga benyini beba tubuuza. Ate kati tuli kuchi. Bwe twabuuza bagamba abantu nti tebajja kuzikiza. Batugamba bajja kubatta. Nze abaana be nakolanga n'abactivism. End police brutality bichi bonna tokyayina goyinza nagamba nti akusange n'awantu nti oleesa omulamu aguwagire just oguwagira remotely balinga be batuuza awantu ne babagamba stop activism
bafuna kye bafuna ekitundu kibabeesaawo
ababagamba obutakola bino street waliwo MPs they campaigned by it was pure activism. And when you listen, they didn't go home to the shop to change clothes. They went forward for nominations in torn suits. Ne wajja hardships high cost of living. Tawabalabako. Mwami Besigye ne mwami Mukaaku ne bayita bannange. Abasuubuzi kiki?
Nga muli omu emikono agizi.
Nga muli omu azinze emikono. They watch you as entertainment. And over time, the activist becomes lonely. You begin to look insane to some people. Because every day you're calling people. Nzantu bajja ne banyatacking. Nalongo nawe toyogera olabika ate nawe wali akubaka tokyekkalakasa. It's like they have employed you and deployed you on the street. Genda wekalakasa. Ebibanyumire ku street. Bamukubye bambi abalala tebajja.
Fe tubere wantu koleka hashtag.
Bambi free. Over time you begin to look something. I'm not saying that's what's sending us away from activism. We are doing activism in every way we still can. But political parties never lead us bafunye political positions, political office. Bafuuse ekizibu ekyamanyi wabuuzizza oli nti why is it Museveni tumujje mu kamwa kaffe.
Kubanda mususizza nnyo buli.
Nze ndowooza tumujjemu completely at this rate, at this point. The problem is we. The ones at the receiving end of all this injustice. Mukyala kye yajja n'atugamba Betty Kamya yatugamba tibannange sente zammwe muzireke bazibbe. Nze Kamya bwe naalwala tojja kunsanga Kiruddu. Yabagamba kati.
Bagamba kyakatutegeera.
No, yabagamba kati. Bagamba tetutegeera. Mpaka abala bayinza n'okuvuma. Singa tutegeera tumwebaza bwebaza.
The response.
It was Chaishi newunyisa abantu okumuvuma. But that was the most honest thing someone can ever say.
Kati okumanya society eno nnyononefu. Oyo gwe balaba okuvuma. Naye ababulira.
Abagambye VAT yange tetewulira bingi.
Ajabaga VAT yange. VAT mwatambulira gwogikanika. Gwogitaddemu amafuta. Akaana kejja okutomerera ku boda boda. Kako. Okitegeera?
Kakati ngomaliriza.
Kakati ngamaliriza. Tuzukuke completely kabisa. Political party, politicians in Uganda, it's not the way to change this leadership. It's not the way to make things right. Political parties is not the way to get teachers paid because they are accomplices. When it comes to money, they work hand in hand with the incumbent. When they are in parliament, receiving a salary that is that is 100 times more than a policeman or teacher or doctor's salary, none of them is despising that. When it comes to money, all political leaders are in agreement. That is why they cannot stand the radical activists like Dr. Besigye or myself.
Exactly.
Because you're going to tell them elections are not working. You're going to tell it to their face that they are up to something else but not liberating the country. That is why Dr. Besigye, I love Dr. Besigye and respect him, but he is going to get more lonely by the day. Tola akati nti bamusagatidde twogera ku FDC. Ayite protest. Ayite protest nti akati waliwo ekiganye. So
Arthur, tuyongere activism eno. at a time like this one olowooza tukoze tya because ne activism nje mwagala okwadvocating naye tulaba it's suffocating by the day abaana abasembayo okukola activity nzituga bayombera ku mabaati nga bagabana ababba amabaati mubalayo lwaki bakwata mu bwe twogera paka sawa zino bakyali mu komera sebo olowooza activism tugikoze tutye kubanga naye eri effective si just kutuusa mukolo nti okoza activity ensi ekulabye oluusi olwo funders abakuwadde kasente oluusi bakutadde ogenzeeko ebweru those things how do we make activism more impactful today?
One, first and foremost, nga bw'okyogedde nti abasinga abo boolaba nti bali mu kwekalakaasa some babeera babasponsorize nga nabo banoonya popularity yaabwe but not after the cause.
Yes.
Ate nga bwe nkugambye ebintu bino ebyokununula eggwanga tosobola linunula bantu balubatu mwetaaga ekintu nga mukoze enough mobilization sensitization ne mujja nga mutegerekeka. You get my point? Now, one, nga bwe nkugambye nti one of the problems we are having now is those current political parties sabotaging the process. Because for them, that's one of their nightmares. They don't want to hear even about it. But what can we do? What should we do? Because anyway, after sabotaging us, should we sit and we fold our hands? No. Now, chetulina okutegeera at the moment.
Wanga mwe activists babalabange
chetulina okutegeera ze message zisindikira muntu wa wansi. Owa bulijjo. Okutegeera ati naye alina okwekolamu omulimo si kulinda nana nti nana amanyikiddwa alina ogenda ku street. None alone cannot liberate a country. Dr. Kizza Besigye alone the Mukakuzi you so cannot liberate a country. They need you people who are suffering, and actually some of the people you are seeing, for them they're even okay. But olwokuba nti balowooza ku future y'eggwanga, balowooza ku nsi yaffe Uganda, balaba obudde obugenda maaso, high corruption rate, embezzlement of government funds, extravagance of the highest order. Ne bagamba nedda, what can we do? So omuntu wa wansi message weegenda owa bulijjo. Abana, most of the people deep down in the villages, they are not in schools. They know where there is UPE. Someone tells you that there is free education in Uganda. Surely nga abana mu byalo tebasobola alina kusoma. Even here in town, education now is expensive than any other thing. And what is sad of it all? After all of that, sacrificing your property and everything, after education, what do you become? Our job is there. After all the process of, using all your money and whatsoever,
you have our useless degree
do our children get employed? Even after getting employed, how much money do they get? You understand the entire process. Yes, so sir. Now, omuntu wa wansi omuntu wa wansi abona abantu, and these ones who call themselves the rights, because the standard of living in Uganda is now unaffordable. Hakulaga funa mitwalo 7 kakadani plus, but tasoba yade kuba taina cha yekolerako. Those who think that they are okay, they are in streets and what, they are also in a poor state. They should really wake away from sleep and do something. They think for them they're okay, but the situation is worse. And they don't think about the future of the country. Because anyway, for you, you're okay. But what about your children and the grandchildren? Some of us who are fighting, we don't see, we don't fight for our lives and, to have a better life. But for our people who will be there tomorrow. Because tulaba nti tugenda mu kinnya. Nabagambye
mugenda oba
mwakituuka mu ddala tweyogera okukola ki? Nabagambye ye mwami Museveni, kino kankyogereko bulungi, ye mwami Museveni bino byonna ebigenda mu maaso ye tebimukwatako. Yasekiwalinga dda, n'asekiwalinga famire ye, n'abamukwatako, n'abantu abatono baki bolubatu. They have secured more than 100 years of maaso, kubanga they have invested a lot. Bino byolaba ebizimbe ebiwanvu ebivaayo mu kibuga byonna byabwe. So that means more than 100 years of maaso they are what? They are secured. Why should he mind about you people who are there?
But you're talking about
So, we don't have more sleep, because I can say that Ugandans are now asleep. We don't have sleep jetulimu. Netutegeera nti okununula eggwanga fena kitukakatako. Activism joyegerako ya buli omu, not the educated, not the one, everyone. because the gondi level of the marginalized abali oppressed bebasinga obungi abatono bebali bulungi so fe abali obubi we should all be activists not the nanas that a nana is an activist they think activism is a job no
exactly waliwera kakonyemu wana
yes
actually people like me have lost to activism. Yeah. You do not know how much of my resources, my time, my money, sacrifices the activism. Ze mpulira omuntu akugamba nti najiramu because I'm not in activism to go and campaign for a position tomorrow.
Another thing, I think the tactic these aristocrats are using, kati bwe balaba atavuddeyo ng'otandise okusitula eddoboozi ate nga babakukibakuwa. That is why some have died along the way, whom we thought they are good activists. That's what I've been talking about. And we had leaders whom we thought that they can really spearhead something. Why did they, die along the way? Because Mwami Museveni bw'amala okulaba nga ate ositudde eddoboozi ekisooka tuli mu mbeera mbi tulina kyakulya ng'abako kakola ki?
Kakutega akanyewo.
We are people who are not patient because patience is very important.
Necessity obeys no law. I am broke, bandete daka undi kalamba. Nsikalenga njogera.
Patience is very, very pivotal, very important. In Mugundi ya fejane yokununule ggwanga. People need to be patient and understand that surely I'm fighting to dislodge this for a betterment of our future. Not kuwayo, and they don't give them much. That's what surprises me. They don't give them a lot of money. Even the money they give them cannot sustain them for some good years. No. Baba wayo peanuts. Hey, bamu wayo peanuts nasirika naba bulungi. Nali yako bwaliddeko yena nabanga
maybe ebiroto biba.
So, kyensobola okugamba nti twetaaga omulimu tukyetaagira ddala okukola omulimu omunene. Naye ng'ate jjukira nti leaders have a voice. Bino byenkugamba. We should be really having wonderful activism going on. Naye when those leaders who are in power keep silent, omuntu wa bulijjo oyo gw'olaba ye talina watandikira, they are their gondi voice.
Twabateekayo kutwogerera.
Okubateekayo nti babeere mu vifo ebyo. Obeere secretary general w'ekibiina nti nabye ndikuleetera kati. Obeere president w'ekibiina. Obeere member of parliament. Omulimu ogwo kwabeka nti otema empenda. Okitegedde? Okulaba nti at least wabaawo how we can do that liberation.
Okay. Nana, we are now in a time where you can say there is a transition that is going to come sooner or later. But I personally don't believe President Museveni is going to take another 15 years in power, really. By mere virtue of his age and things like that. In a transition like this one, where the opposition has been played, where activism has been killed, where the spirit of the country is really at its lowest, don't you think this is going to be, kuisa mujenje karu from the side of the president and his transition to Gaza? If what we think, or what has been professed by his son to be coming to take power very, very soon, or is it not chicken kuisa jenje karu tebaba mazebu mala?
Our own attitude as people who seem indeed to be at the lowest of spirits. Eggwanga lyo omuntu wa wansi spirits zaalimu zo ziri wansi ddala. Factors ezimuleetedde ekyo kubuguumizibwa politicians bajja ne babuguumiriza weebeereremu teri kuzikiza tugenda kuluna agenda maama ne bateekayo amaanyi ne tujjayo ne tuzingulula obusente bwaffe 15,000 n'ogiteeka mu struggle n'oteekamu. When they arrive, activism is dirty, activism is for the hopeless, is for the mad. Era plan ya Mwami Museveni obokuleeta omutabani, we have made it very, very, very simple. Ate omuntu atanalaba nti it's inevitable that we have Muhoozi coming. Oyo muguwa ddalu. Ate ekyo amazima ago bw'ogagamba abantu kabaga nano omulaba yalya. Twabagamba yalya.
Nyingo yogera amazima.
Njogera amazima.
Society does not like the truth, especially in Ghanaian society. Kuba MP 10 abatu opposition MP nkaaga abatudde mu parliament.
nti minister muno nti minister yabya amabati MP are receiving amabati ga Karamoja nti mutudde you're sitting in the same room with people accused or suspected of embezzling funds or resources for the less fortunate. Naye mutudde nabo mu parliament. Some the best they can do simamba yise mukosa semba yise mukati.
Nakubiriza parliament yafuna amabati.
Yes. The mere fact into the opposition MPs are sitting in that parliament. Mukifo ky'okgenda babeere ne bana abaana be bakutte ne bakuba ne batwala eruzira. They don't even have to be with them in the street. But why can't they be with them? Tuchimakings are so easy. Mwami Museveni has never had such a smooth chisanja like this one. Yetaya bwetaya. He's going out in meetings with the son. He doesn't feel, there is no difficulty.
No pressure. You can see there is no pressure on President Museveni.
Atena fe abantu bawansi. There is, there is always something in pain. Two ways in pain. There is pain for a purpose, and then there is suffering that is for nothing.
In vain.
In vain. We might be in pain for no purpose. Wanowetuli. If we do not pull up our socks, if we do not go back to the drawing board, if we do not realize political parties have no future for us, if we do not unite on the mere fact that we are the ones receiving this injustice, we are suffering for nothing. That is why some people, mulimba activists, abakwate kubo ne bagenda ne bajoininga ani Mwami Kayine Rugamba. Abantu ne babavuma, abantu babinyo, omusajja gwe bayita Gashumba yalinga activist wamaanyi. Omusajja gwe bayita yani Bwadene Nsolo Nkambwe. Most people that were previously really vocal on injustice basale kubo ne bagenda wa. One, nabo baavu. Two, bw'abaako observation gy'akoze mwe abantu bebe nnyini alabye there is no hope. Ate nga n'abantu ba-existingiramu baalinga agezaako to enlighten. Oluusi bavaayo ne bavuma mukume ne bamukuba.
They are not accommodative. That's the thing about opposition also. Nti olaba abantu abaagala we bakugambako gw'olowooza nti bakukyawa. Someone is going to, can you do this better? Gwe bakusasudde. Katula kinaita sala n'agenda.
The weekend. I don't know how many people have accused me, including my lovely brothers and sisters of FDC. How many people have accused me? Twabagamba, I've been accused of working with ISO. I've been accused of working with Kaihura. Somebody posted very recently. I've been, I have never, ever, as a person, touched one penny. Police never I did get one of their shares. But the ones akutobukwasa essimu bali ku computer. Twabagamba oyo mukazi bamusasula. One morning a list came out. Gashumba, Kanare, Nana Mwafrika. Ne bali ku list ekolera ani Mwami Muhoozi. Bwenkera nga njaga kolera Mwami Muhoozi. Kuliko kumwe yansasulira fees okusoma. Bwenkera nga njagala mukolere lwaki mba nkyekweka. So I'm telling you that despondency y'abantu epushinze even nti bannayuganda tuyina ekizibu ate ekirala nga kinene. We do not value fighters.
That's the truth.
It's a weakness of political parties in Uganda. I do not have to be on your neck and sake and what to be a valued fighter. Ugandans do not value fighters. Nti bamukuta mkuta nsobye ayogedde kino olusi kiyiseewo buyisi because you're in a low spirit. You're human. Olira bikutamye. Nkedde byanandala n'opowa bye bakoze. I loved these men. I saw them as leaders. Bwenkera ne kinkosa statement ngeva mu weakness of a human. Immediately omuntu owange yennyini yaweereza munne post. Oyo mukazi twabagamba dda. Wa iso mbega ne bakikaatiriza.
Propaganda.
And these propaganda. Propaganda works in politics mawanga wonna. But propaganda nga akolebwa bantu babuya batali babangule. Propaganda that you use to hit your own fellow oppressed is very hopeless propaganda. It's useless.
Because of our way from it.
Tuli mu mbeera ya pain without a purpose right now. Chovola banti, some of us, some activists are just going to sit and first watch for a space. In the past 2 weeks, I've wondered. I saw Dr. Besage. I don't know if that was, if that was crying from the spirit.
It was emotional.
It was very
Think
emotional.
about people who have died,
People have died.
along the path.
The
People
ones-
have been crippled. You think about
People's
that.
ways of life
and again, you
have
think
been
about
crippled.
someone, trying to.
Then n'olowooza
You
omuntu
know what
nti
it means?
akeera n'akima ssente ew'omuntu gwaliwo ate
Without
okulwanyisa
thinking
okujja
about
without thinking of all of it.
People that have died in the wrong way.
Twagendako mu region y'e Bugisu eyo mu 2018 2 meka nagenda okukola charity e Buduuda. Mwami Nadala facilitated us with fuel. Ne tuddayo mulundi gw'okubiri ne mukyala Nyanzi Stella. Mwami Nadala buli lwe nkubamu obufaananyi obwo obwa Nadala yatuyamba ne tukola charity mu region ye ne nkakubakubamu nti he went and fetched money from omuntu gwe balina okugamba nti nedda tuule ebbali, let's steer the country forward. Kindeka nga sirina maanyi gonna. But bwe kimalamu amaanyi, it's not necessarily that I've decided now to join the other camp. No. So I think that Ononga bwagambye, everybody has to be an activist at this level. Activism is not a job. Nobody ever paid me 1 shilling for activism. I want to go on record about this. I want to go on record. Ekiseera kye nkoze activism. Activism wansibiza nantwala mu makomera and getting evicted from commercial buildings. Nemboolebwa, tuboolebwa mu community up to today. Nze wantu weninga akolera obuntu bwange obutono. Tuboolebwa, tuyisibwa bubi. Nanyini kizimbe everyday anoonya ensonga.
Newe bantu nobwetya go.
Anoonya nakuyita noyagala okukaba.
All of breaking news wano, FDC sacks Ibrahim Ssemujju, appoints Yusuf Nsibambi as new party whip. Eno baluwa ewe evamu Forum for Democratic Change nga bagiwandikira right speaker of parliament bamugamba reappointment of Honorable Yusuf Nsibambi as the party whip for FDC. In accordance with Section 6, subsection 1, the party hereby appoints Honorable Yusuf Nsibambi as the party whip of the Forum for Democratic Change to replace Honorable Ssemujju Ibrahim Nganda. In the same vein, we hereby withdraw Ssemujju Nganda as a party whip with immediate effect. Your usual cooperation is highly appreciated. Bonna basayinizeeko Nathan Nadala Mafabi naye omuntu yagiliikinze yabadde chief opposition.
You see opposition parties copying them 7 ways. Now,
Intolerance.
a leader who cannot look for ways of harmonizing things and he brings out those dictatorial policies. It shows where we are heading to.
Because
it shows how people have changed overnight.
Even recently, on the FDC reporters, that wouldn't be FDC culture.
Karwanga ngambye ntolaba nti ekya Mwami Muhoozi.
Surely, it's a disgrace.
Kigenda kukola kuba mujenje.
Embarrassing.
How simple can this be?
Embarrassing.
Nakigamba omuntu nti by 2025-26 obuganzi Muhoozi bwajja okuba nabo mu ggwanga. If we don't wake up,
I told the people
that
there is now an iron hand in the FDC. The Museveni's hand is now in the FDC. Towetaaga omuntu kunyonyola bingi ebintu ebiriwo kati bigenda mu maaso omuntu yenna ategeera nti waliwo ekyakyuka wali kitali real semblance of normality waliwo there is something that has changed. All the events that have been happening when they gundi bwe bakwata waswabiri gwali bamugalira mu ndoomu n'alikolesa amadaalo okola ki
ne baleeta abagunzi ne bakuba bannamawulire.
I was there at the National Council. It was chaos and havoc. I've never seen that in my whole life happening in the FDC.
Let me ask one simple question. Let me ask one question. If we have seen that elections are not the way to changing the status quo in Uganda, I will ask this either as a naive person or a person that has really come to the end of my hope in political parties. Why, if we have long decided and seen and tested and tried that elections in Uganda are not going to bring us a new leadership, why is it even being a very big deal what is happening in FDC? Let me ask this naively. Lwaki amakanda tugassa ku kye twalabye edda nti tekijja kukola? FDC has nurtured, the Speaker of Parliament was nurtured by FDC. Political parties are being used. People started these things with a good mind, with good intention. But history, the past, is the best predictor of the future or of tomorrow. If the Speaker of Parliament, who is now NRM, started in FDC, if how many people left FDC, then the ladies, bawinikiza, abantu bonna abayise mu FDC, bamwe bayise okutuuka gye balaga, bamukyala Nambooze ne bayingirako ne People's Government. Naye bwe wajja scenario nti oyinza obutayitamu for MP this year, n'asala ne yeekuba mu Nuupu. Bwe tuba tumaze okidiscoveringa nga bannansi, nti political parties ziriwo kuguroominga abantu who in turn use us at our expense. All of this is being done at our expense. Billion musanvu ezaweebwa Nandala ne Power. This is not money from Museveni's farm. This is money that I am not paying my child's school fees for, but using it to pay tax. This is money that's being deducted from my mobile money, sending it to my grandmother. This is not Museveni money, and we must stop this nonsense and understand this is our money. This is our present. Our generation has been ruined. Abana eji yange generation yange yonna yafa bufi. Hope tujina mu baana. Bano Museveni bagamba tewali ziba deploying amalwaliro, tewali ziba sasula, bw'oba oli musomesa tewali zigenda kuwa musaala. Why are we then giving emphasis? Kuba nalabye doctor, I respect doctor, I love him. But there are ways that have got to stop. There are things that there has to be a necessary ending of something. Looking at how politicians have used FDC and particularly Dr. Besigye, because as it stands, he's the only person maybe that can say, sijja kulya sente ya kibi. Abalala bazikozesa. Abalala bonna bezaatuukako bazikozesa. The fight must be because maybe zagabanibwa bubi. Mwe banana gye muli mu kubakuba, they are labeling you political, kakazi ka political, you are using your own resources, hard-earned. You have politicians that are using state money to use you, to call you one of their own, and then alienate you, leave you to stand lonely like a mad, useless person. This is what they have made of Besigye. Dr. Besigye, ntinegoza akuwabula. Dr. Besigye yatugambye, moving forward, we are going to liberate the party, then liberate the country. What is there to liberate of FDC? FDC bikonge byayina byonna. Mwami Mugisha muntu yagenda, Winikiza n'agenda, Nabila Simambu naye yali ya state. Abantu bonna bayise mu FDC, they use, they wash, ne banaaba ettaka lyabwe ne bagenda gye baliira. Feba muntu wa wansi. Nsonga ki tubeezaawo mbu tukuba kadodi, tukubira Ssemujju kadodi oba tukakubira. Sirina politician yenna gwe mpagira muntu wa wansi kwongera mu maaso kubira kadodi. Twakizudde dda nti tetugenda kukyusa ggwanga with politics, normal politics nga bwa playingibwa mu ggwanga. It's going to take extra sacrifice. It's going to take us understanding and refusing to be used any longer. Political parties are using us. Political parties are using students in the universities. Okay. Political parties bakutabana. Ababambaza bere, ababambaza blue band, bonna, you are being used as the youth. You have no business being forced to take sides anymore. If FDC is being split into two places, kakati nzenga activists, they are grooming by FDC. But I'm expected to either take the Nandala side or the Ssemujju side. I'm not doing that any longer. And I encourage you as a fellow activist, Arthur, stand your ground. You do not need these people blackmailing you into taking sides. What is there to kununula? The Kibiina is completely empty. Abantu betu respecting mu Kibiina bonna bafadda. Bonna it's just a matter of time to see them taking ministerial posts from Museveni. Why are we allowing to be used any longer? Why? When I say this, omuntu ajja kuvaayo tolaba nenana yalya. Sirina sente gye nalindidde ya state. I will encourage you activists okuva mu kukozesebwa politicians. They are using all of us.
Mwesige Joram Kienjojo webale kubanga olaba kibeera kyasanyu nnyo buli wotwegatako. Ali Bobo, Brooke Williams, Chikomeko, Dafala, Kakwenza, Kakaizerida, mwena banaye mwebale kubanga mulaba swaba malayo. Antandike ne message ya Ethan Mwina agambye is following from Ankara. Thank you so much for watching. Nancy K agamba Uganda needs more justice to push Museveni out. But mob justice, the mob
they want to bring out the word movement. I can correct them.
Nache Itagambe, it's very unfortunate that political party leaders like Mafabi, Jack Sabiti, Poa, Mao, Siranda, Akena, Chagulanyi Mbide are making other Ugandans like Besigye to emotionally break down over struggle, betrayal. Rita Kena Ekwali Agamba, well done. Then Nancy K Agambie, an example of that is Bobby Wine. They stuffed him with money. Now the struggle died a natural death. Where do you get these allegations from?
The allegations, bakugamba nti the proof is within the pudding. Edge. Wabuuziza ekibuuzo nti tubijjawa. The proof ebeera mu pudding. Ekintu ky'olya kye kikuga nti mulimu omunnyo bate muli. Bw'obanga abantu bwe wakolanga nabo activism. Bakugamba inbox ku kitebe batugana okukolagana naawe Naalongo. Naye ffe tukwagala. Ffe tumanyi oli kwalaali. Politician ajja n'agamba activists. Don't do this, don't work with so and so.
Nyaba batambuze olugambo olusi baleeta okubungesa ebintu ebitali bituufu. Naye what do you think, Arthur?
You know, tutandikira ku bbaluwa eyo gye ndabye. Now to me, surely there is no way how you can convince a country that you're gonna liberate the country after failing to liberate your own circles. If surely there is some unfairness going in your own circles, you must first sort them out. Bw'obanga surely something has hijacked waliwo ekirumbye circles zammwe, you must first work on that. Because in one or the other way, though, tuze tutambuza enjiri nga tugamba abantu nti akalulu tekasobola kutwala mwami Museveni, waliwo gundi omugaso gw'ebibiina weguli. Njagala okubamu ekirowoozo nti singa twalina leaders who after change nti sente ze baafuna oba ne ze bafuna mu iPod zo zokka nti bazikwata ne bazinvestinga mu activism, nti bakwata sente ezo ze bajjayo mu magezi gazo zonna ne bazikozesa to attack the very person twandibadde tulina kifaananyi ky'olowooza. So tukyalina endowooza nti oba oliawo singa mu parties zaffe zi-embracing activism, kino nja kyogerako nnyo, nga tulina leaders who are about change, they are focusing nga ziri ku nga bwe twali emabega, because emabegako our political parties twalina ebibiina ng'ogenda okulaba nga at least they are trying, they are pushing. Okitegedde? Yes, so we want that to come back. Kubanga n'abantu bano abaana abato, the youth, tebasobola from nowhere, you know, these formations zibayamba okuyingira ne bakola ki ne bafubutukira omwo. So we need those parties tuzeetaaga naye nga with the right people. Ekyo kyanjawulo, with the right people, with active youth league. Nga tulina active youth league now, all the political parties around the youth league is surely dysfunctional. Okitegera? And it is always strategically bakikola nga because they know what the youth can do. Like in the FDC, there is the FDC Youth League. They are just nothing.
Women,
complete nonsense. And political parties cannot thrive, cannot become impactful without the Women's League and the Youth League. Remember the days of Ingrid. You remember those days, how something was at least, you know, trying to... So we need that again.
Go see in just a minute. Just go see as you're giving us
of course, Nganshibula. Kubanga nze ndi member of FDC and a member of the PFT and an activist. I want to send this message clear. Kwabo abalowooza nti they shall, you know, do whatever they want. To the current leader of the FDC, that we shall fight to liberate our party. But as Dr. Kizza Besigye has been telling us, our major aim is at liberating the country. That even we can even work without the FDC. What we need is, you know, these leaders who have, you know, these same ideas to come up together and we do something. FDC is an idea, not just Najanankumbi. FDC, you know, is just an idea. It is within the people. Not the Chitebecha FDC, Najana Ngumbi, never. So for us, what we are saying, because that money they gave them, surely is to fight us. And we cannot sit down and they push us completely, we die. No, we shall also fight. And after successfully staging that fight, then we shall come together with same thinking, and we see how we can surely strategize to dislodge this current dictatorship.
In just a minute or two.
Thank you. So do you see now how Mr. Museveni succeeds from bringing the struggle to be about people liberating themselves from his grip to fighting each other to get what? Supremacy in opposition. I know I will be hated for these statements. I know I will be misunderstood. But do we all see now that he is succeeding? He has it all. Very simple. Nti obudde FDC bwe yandikoze ng'emobilizinga abanuupu tukolere wamu. Obudde ne resources ze banditadde. We need activism. What do we need to mobilize? It's not always money. It's a message, the right message, well packaged.
And when the leaders are conniving with the NRM, how will they really?
You don't have leaders, you have money makers.
They are no longer there. So
you have no leaders.
Because we now need people who can bring the idea.
Nakugambye Mwami Karuhanga nti it can be a very good thing to find yourself in a hopeless situation. Where stands a situation eri completely hopeless. Tubuuze ffe abakazi abazaala abaana. Omwana akuvaamu, it is you. Either muzaale oba ofe naye. This is a situation that's completely hopeless. The ones you thought of to be leaders are fetching money. Not even giving any of it to you for party activities or activism or anything.
For their own,
For their own business. Why would I be caught at Najana Nkumbi or wherever fighting for FDC? I will not do that. Why would I be caught taking a side? Saying now I will take the Samuju side or the Nadala side. They are all hopeless. They are all not leaders. They don't have any leadership skills. That this only comes out 3 years from when it happened. And then now, Makanda, it has to be liberate party. Liberate party to do what? To groom more thieves? To groom more politicians who are going to go to parliament to be Sanja, and before you know it, they are in NRM being right honorable speaker. I think I call on Ugandans to embrace activism in movements. Nze sigenda kuddamu kufuna lubale lwonna mundi mukozi ya political party.
Nana, thank you so much. Bannange mwebale ddala mu abatubadde naffe okuva twatandikidde. Up next tugenda beera ne program bagita teeka ki. Olunaku olwayo tulina Alituha Jacob. Ono nno munnamateeka is a family lawyer wa Angulia Busiku and Company Advocates. Olunaku olwayo tugenda kuba nga twogera ku nsonga za family when it comes to family court orders, parentage maintenance and custody and their effects. So olunaku olwayo ku ssaawa 5 ez'Akalasa Temusuwa Kanso Katonga ali ne Kanso Alituha Jacob bagenda kubeera wano ku ssaawa 5 zennyini. Temusuwa neyanza nnyo Nana. Thank you so much Arthur. Nammwe abatulabye mwebale ddala message zemuweereza zonna sizimazeeyo. Naye mwebalire ddala. Tujja ku meeting olunaku olw'enkya ebeera Women Crush Wednesday. Abakyala babeerawo wano okunyumyamu nawe kuva ku ssaawa 2 paka ku ssaawa 4 ez'okumakya. Bino byonna birowoozo by'abaana abakulu abali wano. Balowooza nti ensonga ze boogerako otuba tuziwuliriza tusobola okuba nga tukyusa lino eggwanga nawa gye ligenda. Because oba olitunuulira according to the trajectory we tuvudde otulaga walabika si we walungi ennyo. Naye nga yo Electoral Commission yamaze dda okusalawo nti 2026 bannayuganda bagenda kuba nga beetaba mu kalulu. Akalulu k'osobola okugamba nti bwe twogera opposition tewuli gy'olabako y'amaanyi eyimiridde era ensonga nnyingi ezigenda maaso in the political systems of this country. Gwe following social media platforms zaffe zino tujja kusigala nga tukubuulira biki ebinaba bigenda maaso nga tukuwa amawulire gonna engeri gye gaba gajjamu. Amannya nze Edgar Matthew Karuhanga. It's always a privilege and pleasure to have you on this particular program. Send us your information, any feedback through our social media platforms at The Alternative Uganda. Good morning, Uganda.
When
The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.